Selected this piece for this moment because if you look at the words there, I notice immediately a beautiful resonance between these words and this message and the story of the Pentecost. And so one of the other things that we do in Cascadia Folk Choir that we all really love is that when we learn a piece of music, we look at the words and the lyrics of the song and we talk about it a little bit and we form a connection to the piece before we sing. So I would love to do that with you today if you're open to that. So just looking at these words here, I'm going to read them for you. And then holding in our hearts the stories that were just read for us, the pieces that were chosen to be read today, we're going to draw some bridges of connection between this song, these words, the stories that we just theme of hope, which is the theme around which we wrote this song. Hello, dawn. A sliver of light appears. Emergence from darkness, a change is here. A miracle awaits, ripe with potential. The power of a seed breaking through the soil. Vibrating from the center of my deep inner being, reviving from the center of me. So being with those words, as well as the stories that were just read here, and the theme of hope, I would love for a few shares about what's coming up for you, what these words mean to you, what bridges of connection you're seeing between this song and these stories. Popcorn style. A little louder? I figured. Yes.
Sorry. I was probably 7 or 8 years old. My dad was gardening, and he said, "Let me show you something." And he dug down, and there was a seed that there was a leaf or two coming out.
Did everybody hear that? Great. I'm going to repeat. If you don't mind my reiteration here. She was sharing that when she was a child, her father took her into the garden and said, "I want to show you something." And they dug down into the ground, and there was a seed sprouting that hadn't quite reached the surface yet. And she said this reminds her of that. Yes?
What comes up for me is that here we are in spring, seeds and the growth, and spring gives me hope. And the story of Pentecost is a story about hope, about the growth of Christ in all of our lives.
Yes. He shared that it's a time of hope, springtime, life renewal, and that the story of Pentecost is also a story of hope, receiving the Holy Spirit of the Lord. Yes, in the back. This parish is a seed that is sprouting. Yes. I see it in all of the children and all of your faces. There was another hand over here? Yeah.
The power of faith across generations.
The power of faith across generations. Beautiful. Yes.
Kind of just a personal thing. I'm looking for great hope in this world, and that it's vibrating from the center of my being. And I'm feeling that these days. It's kind of small sometimes.
I love that she was sharing that she's looking for hope. And I think, put your hand up if you're looking for hope right now. Yes. Yes, something we can all relate to. And then this lyric is vibrating from the center of my deep inner being, that even when it's small and dim, there is always a seed of hope there in the center. Yes.
I like the use of the word reviving. Reviving from the center is very interesting. Because,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because it implies like new life. Just it's a theme that has been shown throughout the entire song, because dawn is day breaking from the night, emerges from the darkness. Also, the word ripe is used as well as seed, so the idea of plant and nature connecting with humans and hope, and that kind of connection is very interesting to me. I like it.
Thank you so much. Y'all have good, great, wonderful. This is why I love to do this, because there's always so much wisdom in the room. Thank you. Also, I think we might have a poet in the room.
You do.
Yes. I clocked it. Also, I appreciate bringing out the word reviving specifically, because in the process of writing this song, originally it was vibrating twice. And one of the beautiful things about writing in a group is that the group all felt like, there's something else there, and we all found the word reviving together. So that was a really potent moment in the writing process that you picked up on there. Yeah, thank you so much. Maybe one or two more before we sing this together?
Yes, I'd like to say that I am reminded of the hope we have in our graduating senior today. And I know we'll have an opportunity to celebrate them later, but yeah, that's our hope.
Snaps for the graduating senior, who I'm assuming is this person right here. Yes. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, up here. Thank you for your service.
I'm really drawn to the word emergence from the darkness. I think in the post-Easter season, like the sense that death oftentimes is the earth. That's where we go. That's where we end up. And then emerging from that darkness as a seed into the light of Jesus arising. And so the parallels between the Easter story and this, but particularly that emergence from the darkness. And for so many of the followers of emerging from the darkness of that loss to then finding this new light.
Beautiful. Thank you.
I was thinking about the earliest part of the song about Hello Dawn, and watching, if you've ever been up late at night and you've seen that sliver of dawn when things feel just impossible, and then you see that and it starts growing, even though it's a hard moment, whatever it is, that sliver of dawn just, I can't but feel hope.
Y'all are making me tear up. Oh, this is really beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your heart. You can see why I enjoy this so much when we do this in rehearsal, because we really draw deep connections to the music, and we get to participate and partake in each other's wisdom in a way that we wouldn't get to if we didn't hear our voices sharing. So thank you so much. I wanted to share a little bit about something that happened for me after selecting this song for today's service. Excuse me. I wasn't raised in the church, and I'm familiar with some of the stories of the Bible, but I wasn't familiar with the story of Pentecost. And after selecting this song for the service, I went to an event and connected with someone who is a Bible scholar, actually, and he was sharing with me more about the story of Pentecost. And when he shared about the speaking in tongues, and then all of the apostles being able to understand each other, not knowing how, but that somehow through some miracle, though many languages were being spoken, that they were all able to understand one another. That part of the story really, really stuck out to me, because I chose hope for the theme when we wrote this song, because it was a moment of extreme divisiveness, and we've been living through so many of those moments lately. And that particular theme in the story of the Pentecost, being able to understand one another across differences, across divides, across languages, across regions and cultures, really landed deeply in me. And I was so grateful that I had already selected this piece for this moment, because I think it speaks poignantly to that exact theme of the seed breaking through the soil, the sliver of light, the miracle awaiting, and what happens when we open our hearts to one another and suddenly we can understand across the divide. We can find compassion for another person. And if there's anything I think Jesus really loved and stood for, it was compassion and loving your neighbor. And so with that, I would love to sing this song together. Thank you again to those who shared. I very much appreciate you courageously sharing your voice with us today. The way that this is going to work is going to be call and response, although I will have Josh accompanying me this time. We're going to do the first verse twice, and we're going to do each line one at a time. So you'll learn the verse, and then we'll do the same thing with the chorus. A special note about this song is something that happens when we write together in group spaces in Cascadia Folk Choir. A lot of times the choir wants space for improvisation. So there's going to be a moment where we open up into O. There's no words there. The piano will be playing, and you're invited to sing whatever you're feeling, to sing whatever you're hearing on an O, so we're all singing the same vowel, but the notes are yours to choose. So I would invite you to listen to the piano, listen to your neighbors, and listen to your own heart, and sing what feels right for you today in those spaces. And I'll make sure to cue you so that you know when we're there. All right, does that sound good? Can I get a thumbs up? Yeah, all right. Let's go ahead and begin. Hello, dawn, a sliver of light appears. Your turn. Hello, dawn, a sliver of light appears. Emergence from darkness, a change is here. Your turn. Emergence from darkness, a change is here. All together. Hello, dawn. Hello, dawn, a sliver of light appears. Emergence from darkness, a change is here. Listening? We're going to go into the O's now, so just listening to what the piano is doing. Maybe beginning to hum to yourself and find a note. We'll begin together here. Trust yourself, you can do it. A little bit more confidence here. Oh, beautiful. One more time. We're going to go to the chorus now. I'll start. A miracle awaits, ripe with potential, the power of a seed breaking through the soil. Your turn. A miracle awaits, ripe with potential, the power of a seed breaking through the the soil again. Soil to the bridge, vibrating from the center of my deep inner being, reviving from the center of me, vibrating from the center of my deep inner being, reviving from the center of me, vibrating from the center of my deep inner being, reviving from the center of me, vibrating from the center of my deep inner being, reviving from the center to the O's. Yes, build it up a little bit here. Really let yourself feel it. You can let your voice be heard. Yes. Gorgeous. One more, we're going to build it up even more. Woo! And we're going to go to the chorus. A miracle awaits, ripe with potential, the power of a seed, breaking through the soil again. A miracle awaits, ripe with potential, breaking through the soil to the bridge, vibrating from the center of my deep inner being, reviving from the center of me, vibrating from the center of my deep inner being, reviving from the center of me, vibrating from the center of my deep inner being, reviving from the center, feeling that hope in your heart, radiating from the center of my deep inner being, reviving to the verse. Just the piano first. Imagining that image of night, and you can see the horizon way off in the distance, and just barely you see the light begin to change. Here we go together. Hello, dawn. Hello, dawn. A sliver of light appears, emergence from darkness. A change is here. One more time all together. Hello, dawn. A sliver of light appears, emergence from, watch me, a change is here. You can take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Hello, dawn. A sliver of light appears. Emergence from darkness. A change is here. A miracle awaits. Ripe with potential. The power of a seed breaking through the soil. vibrating from the center of my deep inner being, reviving from the center of me. Thank you all so much.